You're listening to
And speaking of fans, do you think, honestly, there's enough females who really appreciate and support underground hip-hop? And I'm not talking about the groupies. You know, they're always there. I mean, a true hip-hop head. I mean, I support it to the fullest, and it's so hard to find females that feel that way, you know, like I do, and especially in Miami. It's sometimes it tends to be a bit commercial.
Right.
So what is your opinion on this?
As far as women go, I mean,
As far as women supporting hip-hop.
I definitely say you could always use more women at the shows, because ultimately that's just going to bring more people to the shows in general. You know, because guys obviously go where the women are at. And, I mean, it's hit or miss. You know, some shows, you know, there'll be a ton of women there that know their shit, and then other shows, it's few and far between. But overall, probably not. There's probably not enough, you know, that support. I mean, there might be, as far as, you know, I couldn't say. Maybe they just don't come to shows, or we just don't know. But as far as I can see, I think, you know, we as a whole need to try to reach out.
Definitely.
And let the women know that.
Definitely. I always try to reach out, and if I find some chick, I'm like, just go to the shows, and, you know, it's, honestly, you're a force that's brewing right now, and your lyrics are ill. You have that energy. I don't really think they're prepared for what, you know, you're going to bring to the table. Do you consider yourself one of the best underground MCs?
I think every underground MC considers himself one of the best underground MCs, really, because, I mean, it's a competitive game. But, I mean, I know that I've been writing and freestyling for a long fucking time compared to a lot of these kids. Like, I'm not inexperienced, I would say, and I've done a lot of things, and I know what dope is, and I feel like that's missing in hip hop a lot, is just kind of having a general perspective of what is ill and what is whack. And I think that gives me my edge.
In 5 years from now, where do you see yourself?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Hopefully on tour, making money, you know, pushing music, or in the studio when I'm home. I mean, as silly as it sounds, you know, I saw this thing on MTV a few years back about the Insane Clown Posse. And I mean, they're a laughing stock to me. But then again, they have a huge fan base, and their following is ridiculous.
Right.
And what I saw, what they have is they have this big warehouse, and everything they do is in-house. You know, from T-shirts to the graphics to the, you know, the websites, the recording, the mixing. They all have it in this one building. You know, the pressing of the CDs, everything. That's what I'd like. You know, that's really my dream, is to have everything of mine in-house. Where I could do it all myself, and I never have to rely on anybody, because people are full of shit and never get things done.
In 5 years from now, where do you see hip-hop?
I think, unfortunately, I don't see good things for it, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people think real hip-hop's going to make a comeback. I completely disagree.
Really, I would have thought otherwise, because of all the political turns we're having right now, you know, it's wake people the fuck up and...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got asked this question, something similar to it years ago, right? And I kind of gave the same response. That was the era that I'm looking for in hip-hop, and that a lot of people that like my stuff are looking for. I hate to say it, I don't think it's ever coming back. And it's going to live below the surface forever. Because in order for, say, somebody like me to get any kind of radio play or any kind of national exposure, global exposure like that, you're going to have to cross over. You're going to have to cross over someone.
Right.
Whether it's the production's going to have to be real fucking friendly to the fans, or, you know, an R&B chorus, or a big feature from fucking, you know, Akon or something, you know, and ultimately that diminishes what we were trying to do in the first place.
Do you think what the industry calls hip-hop, quote fast, has influences on the people who listen to it?
Oh, absolutely. It's mass marketing. I think the reason these kids think best rapper in the world is because they're told that. And they're repeatedly, it's beaten into their heads on a daily basis. This guy's the greatest. This guy's the truth. This guy's the truth. And, you hand me a $1 million budget to market myself, I'm pretty sure I'll have a lot of people believing that I'm the greatest. It's the same with anybody. You could take a whack motherfucker. They do it all the time. You dress them up right, give them a couple beats that are catchy, throw a fucking girl singing on the chorus, and bang, this motherfucker's the next big thing. So, it absolutely does affect the way the people, put hip-hop into a category,
Finally, my final question, the one we've all been waiting for. When are you dropping that album?
Next couple months. I'm ready to go. I've been handling the business side of things, and that's a fucking pain in the ass. To be honest with you, I wish it was just make the album, put the album out, but then you get a lot of hands in the pot that you got to deal with and make sure they're not fucking you on the paperwork. So now that that's sorted out, it should be out by the beginning of the summer. It should be on shelves, ready to go.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate the time you gave me. I wish you much love and success. Peace, love, and hip-hop. You just listened to an interview with Diabolic. This is Karina, a.k.a. One Love. Check out my weekly blogs and interviews on that real hip-hop tip on thegasfaceshow.com.
Gas Face Show.